Hi, I'm John,
And I'm Stephen.
and welcome back to the overview of Christian doctrines. We're going through the doctrine of lastings, and today is actually the last of our doctrines series altogether.
Yes, the last of the last things and the last of last.
Yeah, and previously we covered the Millennium Kingdom,
Mm,
and we kind of teased towards the end that after the Millennium Kingdom will be the forever and ever
that's right.
after. And that's what we're going to talk about today. What is the New Jerusalem, which I suppose is the final destination, the ultimate destiny
Yeah.
of God's people, Stephen?
Yeah, so the idea of the New Jerusalem or New Heaven and New Earth, that comes from the book of Isaiah in the Old Testament. So Isaiah 65 verses 17 and 18 reads,
For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former things shall not be remembered or come into mind, but be glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem to be a joy, and her people to be a gladness.
so there's this idea of new heavens, new earth, new Jerusalem. So this gets picked up in Revelation 21 and 22.
Okay. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, Behold, the dwelling place of God is with men. He will dwell with them, and they will be his people, and God himself will be with them as their God.
So after introducing the new heaven, new earth, the new Jerusalem, Revelation 21 and 21 is going to continue with an imagery of the new Jerusalem, three imageries.
Hmm.
We have the bride, holy city, and Garden of Eden.
Oh, that's peculiar, especially the last one, but I suppose we'll get to it when we get to it. Let's start off with the bride.
Mm.
What does it look like?
Then came one of the seven angels and spoke to me, saying, Come, I will show you the bride, the wife of the Lamb. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great high mountain and showed me the holy city, Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God. So here you notice that the angel said, Come, I will show you the bride, the wife of the Lamb. Okay, pop quiz. Who is the Lamb?
Jesus.
Yes. So who is the bride, the wife of the Lamb?
Bible says the church,
So
right?
the church, right?
Yeah.
So the church is the bride, the wife of the Lamb. So what the angel is saying to John is that, come, I will show you the church. I will show you God's people. I will show you Christians. I will show you believers, right? So John here, okay, show me the church, show me Christians, show me believers. And so the angel brought John to a great high mountain and showed him the holy city,
Oh,
Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven.
so when we talk about the holy city Jerusalem,
Mm,
it's not particularly a destination, a place,
yeah.
but rather the people, the church.
Yes.
Actually, we're talking about here, right?
Yeah, so the New Jerusalem is not a physical place for you
Mm.
to go to after you die. We do not go to the New Jerusalem. We are becoming the New Jerusalem. It is not a physical place where you go and play golf and have mansions and walking streets of gold and all of that. But rather, it is a um, imagery, a description of how God's people will be in their final manifestation, in the consummation of the age. How the church will be like, how God's people will be like. They will be the bride, the wife of the Lamb, using the language of a city.
Hmm. Yep. And that's the second one, right? Holy
Yeah.
city. But if it's not a physical city, then why is this there?
Yeah. So the holy city that refers to Jerusalem. Now
Mm.
the old Jerusalem, the physical Jerusalem here, it is called holy city because there was the holy temple.
Mm.
And the reason why it's called the holy temple because God's presence was there, right? God's
Yep.
presence filled the temple, and that makes it the holy temple, and that makes it the holy city. So Jerusalem is the holy city because it has the presence of God.
Mm.
So the new Jerusalem, there will be the presence of God. You have verse 16 and 21.
Right, I'll read. The city lies foursquare, its length the same as its width. And he measured the city with his rod, 12,000 stadia. Its length and width and height are equal, and I saw no temple in the city, for its temple is the Lord God, the Almighty, and the Lamb.
Yeah. So its length and width and height are equal. So that is
A perfect cube.
a perfect cube, right? And if you know the Old Testament, you're familiar with Old Testament scriptures, then the cube, that will be the dimensions of the Holy of Holies, right? So the Holy of Holies is where the presence of God is. There is the Ark of the Covenant, and the glory of God rests upon the Ark of the Covenant.
And that Holy of Holies resides within the temple.
Yes, so there's the outer court, and then there is the holy place, and there is the Holy of Holies. Now, there's no more holy place, no more outer court.
There's no temple altogether.
Right, it'll be just God. So the New Jerusalem, the holy city, will be completely characterized and saturated with by the presence of God. So when you put these two imageries together, the bride and the holy city, what you get is that the New Jerusalem is about God's people, Christians, believers, having the presence of God, saturated with the presence and the glory of God forever and ever.
Exciting.
Right.
And the last one, Garden of Eden.
Right. So Revelation 22. Then the angel showed me the river of the water of life, bright as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb, through the middle of the street of the city. Also on either side of the river, the tree of life with its 12 kinds of fruit, yielding its fruit each month. The leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. So there are two key items here. There is the river of the water of life, and there is the tree of life. These are also the key features in the Garden of Eden. So the Garden of Eden, that's Genesis chapter 2.
Yeah.
And then we lost that garden in Genesis chapter 3 due to sin. So Revelation 22, this reappearance of the Garden of Eden must mean that sin has been completely dealt with. There is no more the presence of sin.
And so we get to go back to the original Garden of Eden.
Yeah, upgraded one. Now it's a
Upgraded.
garden city, right? Now becomes a garden city. So if you put these three imagery together, the bride of Christ, that's about being the people of God who have this covenantal love relationship with Christ. The holy city, about being characterized by the presence of God, saturated with the presence of God. And also the Garden of Eden, where there is pleasure and enjoyment for all eternity. So the New Jerusalem is about God's people having the presence of God, being characterized by and saturated by the presence of God, and to enjoy Him forever and ever.
Wow, that's a beautiful thing to look forward to. That's our ultimate destiny.
Yes.
So that's it for our series of overview of Christian doctrines. Join us next time for our next project or series. Stay tuned.
Or see you in the New Jerusalem.